From the combined resources of its regional newsrooms across the country, this is WIN's All Australian News.
Hello and welcome to WIN's All Australian News. I'm Corinne May. A big chill hit Canberra with snow falling on the 843-metre tall Mount Ainslie in the national capital's northeastern suburbs.
It was like a scene out of Frozen, a winter wonderland too good to miss.
And my mother-in-law rang me up this morning because she lives in Braddon. She said it's snowing on Mount Ainslie. And of course I didn't believe her until we got outside. And my daughter was always wanted to go and see the snow.
It was a chance for people to build snowmen and to get back at Mum. Hundreds flocked to Mount Ainslie to catch a glimpse of the dusting of snow that landed in Canberra last night. The Bureau said it's not expected to stick around, but it is still snowing, so people are hopeful for more.
We can cope with the cold as long as we get the snow.
For some, it was their first experience of a real winter.
We moved to Queensland, so this is practically our first time seeing snow.
We just come to Canberra for a holiday and it snowed obviously last night and the kids love it. It's exciting, yeah.
We've never seen the snow before, so it's all new for the kids and yeah, it looks awesome here in Mount Ainslie.
And it wasn't what they expected.
No, I thought it would be a lot softer.
People took to social media, capturing flurries falling around Canberra's suburbs. The powerful cold front also brought wet and windy weather.
That has resulted in a number of homes receiving some damage through the tiles being lifted and water coming in through the home, but also a lot of trees down.
There have been around 300 requests for help and more is expected.
The calls are trickling in, so as people woke up this morning and noticed a tree down in the front yard or across a neighbour's front yard or across a road, we've been getting some ongoing calls throughout the day.
Residents are urged to secure loose items and stay away from trees and drains.
Yeah, so what we ask motorists to do is just drive to the conditions and listen out on the radio for road closures, check the AFP or the ACT Police website and also the Transport Canberra website for any road closures.
A number of roads still remain closed. If you need help, contact the SES on 132 500. Brittany Evans-Gould, WIN News.
The icy blast swept across the New South Wales Central West, leaving a layering of snow in some parts.
Many people made their way to Mount Canobolas in the search for snow. However, they were left disappointed. The local council did keep the boom gate shut though as a safety precaution. It was a very cold day right across the Central West. Temperatures range from a maximum of 12 in the north to a very chilly maximum of 4 degrees in Orange and Oberon. However, that wind chill factor made it feel a lot colder than what was showing on the temperature gauge. But this winter cold front isn't expected to stick around long, with the entire Central West expected to hit double digits over the weekend. But this winter cold front isn't expected to stick around long, with the entire Central West expected to hit double digits over the weekend. For example, on Sunday, Orange is expected to reach a top of 13, Bathurst 15, Dubbo 19, Cowra 18 and Parkes 17. Despite the warmer daytime temperatures, it's still going to be a chilly and frosty start to the mornings. Kate Fotheringham, WIN News.
South to central Victoria, where freezing conditions in the morning brought a dusting of snow there as well.
With wind gusts reaching close to 80 kilometres an hour across central Victoria, it's lucky no one was hurt when the roof peeled off at Tricky's Diesel.
I heard a rattle and clang and came out and found the 3/4 of the roof missing off our workshop.
The SES was quick on the scene in a busy 24 hours, with 22 call-outs across Bendigo.
Plenty of trees down. We had a few roof damage jobs. We had a caravan that lost its roof.
Warren Tricky says the icy blast brought some of the strongest winds he can remember at his Huntley business.
Not for a long time, not for over 30, 40 years I reckon, and the winds were like that.
The winter storm was welcomed in many parts of the region, with a light dusting of snow falling on top of Mount Alexander, much of it melting by midday. Residents woke to heavier falls in Trentham and Wood End, while Mount Macedon was sheeted in snow for most of the day. The Bureau says there's no more snow in the immediate forecast period, but with 7 weeks of winter left, anything's possible. With weather warnings across the region lifted, the SES says Bendigo escaped with minimal damage compared to other parts of the state.
Some of the suburbs around Melbourne were hit very, very hard, and they've got crews who've been going all day and are still going into today.
Eddie Summerfield, Win News.
And snow fell in parts of Western Victoria as the temperature dived to freezing.
The aftermath of a bitterly cold night.
It's like you're in the North Pole, but it's not like the whole land's cold. It's beautiful.
Snow as far as the eye can see.
It's awesome. I've never seen it before. It's pure ice.
It's quite an extensive blanket of white extending all the way from Ballarat out to Mount Macedon for people waking up in that area this morning.
Suburbs were turned winter white. Cryle Castle was transformed into a winter wonderland as a blanket of snow covered the grounds. Families shivered through the icy blast, eager to catch a glimpse of snowflakes falling near Balan.
Don't get it very often, and it's nice. And being caught in the snow shower before was really cool.
We had snow a couple of weeks ago, but it didn't settle, so it's really lovely to have the snow everywhere.
Children embraced the frosty fun. From snowmen to snowball fights, winter memories were made and captured.
Beautiful white snow. It's like Christmas in July. It's beautiful. I've been to the snow as a child, but I wanted to bring my son today, so it was really good.
Motorists battled black ice on the Western Highway as Mount Warren Heap basked in the winter sunshine. Large dumpings of snow have blanketed the region, with the temperature dropping to 0 degrees this morning. The Weather Bureau says the wintry conditions will continue into the evening and over the coming days.
It only happens a couple of times a year, and this one's probably more significant, probably the most widespread event we've seen, especially in the Ballarat region in the last couple of years.
But with picturesque scenes like this, the snow bunnies aren't complaining.
It's not as much as we usually see it. It's just the sprinkles, but now it's really a lot of snow.
Hannah Jenkins, Win News.
The town of Stanley in Victoria's northeast became a snowfield as well.
Tobogganing and snow angels was the order of the day when families gathered in Stanley for some good old-fashioned fun. Despite temperatures being -2 degrees, large crowds braved the cold, making the most of the spectacular snow.
Snow fight!
Victorian schools returned this week, but the snowfall was a perfect excuse to skip class and, for some, experience snow for the very first time. For others, it was a chance to ignite some sibling rivalry.
That putting snow in brothers' pants and hairs.
The heavy snowfall overnight has created a winter wonderland at the Stanley Recreation Reserve, with sightseers from across the northeast flocking to the area.
Just to have some fun.
And it wouldn't be a trip to the snow without building an icy friend.
And what are you building?
A snowman.
In other parts of Stanley, the scenes were nothing short of spectacular, with crisp white snow covering local properties. Trees were dripping with ice and local homes resembled ski chalets with rooftops covered in snow. Meanwhile, local police were also out monitoring drivers in the icy conditions.
Just the road surface. The snow's obviously, it melts quicker on the roadway, but sometimes, as we've got this morning, we've ended up with a bit of slurry on the road, and it just presents a bit of a difficulty for tyres to get rid of it, so it does make the roads a lot slipperier.
With snowfall expected to continue throughout the week, they are urging drivers to slow down.
We just want people to just stay alert and make sure that they're driving to the conditions. Very important at this time.
Ashley Charlton, Win News.
The extreme weather can be tracked back to a complex deep low southeast of Tassie.
The call started early, with SES crews clearing trees which had fallen on the Wodonga-Yakandanda road, including a 100-year-old gum.
Very wild night last night. We had around 20 jobs in the area. One job we passed to Talangata SES unit, and they came out and did that job for us, which was really handy.
In Beechworth, 2 trees came crashing down near the old jail, taking a third with them. Amazingly, there's been no reports of major property damage or injury across the region.
No property damage that we've heard of. Few fences have been crushed.
Despite getting only a couple of hours sleep, volunteers were back at the Yakandanda shed today, replacing chains on saws after they became blunt from so much work overnight.
Keith Hunter, he's doing the maintenance on the chainsaws as we speak. We went through, I think, about 4 saws, so we're sharpening and changing on just fixing, gone through a lot of fuel as well.
It was a similar story in Wodonga, with crews spending much of the night removing fallen trees from roads and properties.
One was to revisit a house that we'd done about a fortnight ago where we had actually removed the tarps that we'd put on. Another one which was a tree that had come down onto the side of dwellings.
Meanwhile, north of the border in Tumbarumba, SES crews spent the night removing trees from 2 buildings, one from on top of a cabin which fell while people slept inside. They were lucky to escape with no injuries. With the wild weather forecasted to continue throughout the week, volunteers are pleading with locals to be prepared.
We ask you to keep all loose objects secured in your backyard, make sure your gutters are clean and keep away from floodwaters.
Ashley Charlton, Win News.
Now to Thredbo for a report on how it's looking on the New South Wales snowfields this weekend.
It is an absolute dream in Thredbo right now, with 70 centimetres falling across the upper half of the mountain last night and 40 in the village. Conditions are just phenomenal. Temperatures dropped to -8 up top overnight, cold enough to produce some really light and fluffy powder both on and off piste. The mountain crew are working on overdrive this morning, with some lifts taking a little longer to get operational thanks to all the snow. There is something on offer for everyone up here. Off piste is the pick for the more advanced. Intermediate riders headed to the cruiser area, and there were even fresh tracks on Friday Flat for the beginners. Over at Perisher, and 32 lifts are open, with 5 running at Mount Selwyn. Down in Victoria, and Mount Buller has 4, Mount Hotham with 8, and Falls Creek with 10 lifts spinning. This storm is predicted to pass by tomorrow, with mostly clear skies through till Sunday. If you're planning a trip down to the snow anytime soon, I'd suggest now. In Thredbo, this is Tiggy Cameron for Win News.
And we'll have more All Australian news in a moment.